This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, January 12th. First up, the Golden Globes' first Best Podcast Award. Yesterday, Golden Globes host Nikki Glaser introduced the first ever podcasting category nominations with a pithy parody of the infamous Nicole Kidman AMC promo. We come to this place, etc., etc. We've all seen it 1,000 times. Though I'd argue our industry being big enough to get poked fun at by the likes of Saturday Night Live and the Golden Globes is a sign of podcasting's undeniable success and size. The true win is being enshrined as a Best of award at a major annual event. The Ringer's Good Hang with Amy Poehler took home the Best Podcast Award for the first time ever. Originally nominated alongside Call Her Daddy, Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, the Mel Robbins podcast, Smartless, and Up First. For our second story, Spotify shares its trends it anticipates will shape 2026. Spotify Global Head of Advertising, Sales, and Partnerships, Brian Berner, in an interview with eMarketer, anticipates this year podcast will, quote, cement their status as a primetime media format, end quote, a move that will thus create a surge of demand for automated and programmatic buying on podcasts, allowing advertisers to work at the scale and campaign optimization they expect. While a positive outlook in general, it's doubly reassuring taking into account Spotify's general messaging as of late. With the strong focus on building out Spotify as a multimedia platform, there's been a fair amount of messaging around creators in general, with less focus on podcasters specifically. This acknowledgement that podcasting specifically is a force to be reckoned with is a welcome sign, especially when paired with stories of Spotify's recent partner program updates allowing more podcasters to partake of monetization that, in some cases, surpasses YouTube's monetization program. And for our final top story, video in the iHeartRadio app will use the power of open RSS. Pod News reports that the iHeartRadio Creator First update allowing video podcast distribution into the iHeartRadio app is powered by open RSS. Specifically, using Podcasting 2.0's alternate enclosure feature. More about that in the linked piece. This means podcasters can push both the audio and video version of their show on the same feed, and iHeartRadio honors them both while respecting the different versions. The piece I'm linking includes a Q&A with iHeartRadio in which iHeart reaffirms their support of open RSS for video distribution and will not require logging into any sort of iHeart-owned portal. MP4, a common video format, is the only one currently accepted for the initial launch, but iHeart is open to supporting other video formats as popularity grows. As for the rest of the news, Acast has published a new case study looking at a brand awareness campaign for AT&T and Oracle Red Bull Racing that was centered around the U.S. Grand Prix. During a live event, P1 with Matt and Tommy hosted a Q&A with Scott Speed that was simulcast on both audio and video at the same time. Goalhanger has grown their leadership team, welcoming on Andy Hodgson as CFO, Chloe Straw as Director of Operations, and Emily Kent-Smith as Editorial Director. Odyssey has named Podscribe their preferred measurement partner for 2026. PRX and Audio UK have announced programming for their 2025 Podcast Creator Summit, which takes place February 6th in London. And speaking of PRX, grab your stethoscopes. HBO, Max, and PRX have partnered to produce an official companion podcast for the, and this is my editorialization, excellent medical drama, The Pit, simply dubbed The Pit Podcast. You can find links to everything I just talked about by clicking the one link in your show notes that'll take you to today's episode post on soundsprofitable.com. You can also subscribe to get the newsletter version emailed directly to you every afternoon so that you can have all the links to your clicking heart's content. The download is written and produced by myself, Brian Barletta, and Tom Webster. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis. Download us again tomorrow.